Welcome everyone to historic Thunder Bowl Lanes in Allen Park for the opening rounds of the Bowling Showcase Challenge Edition. I'm your host, Mark Martin, and with me is my co-host, Stephanie Penksa. Welcome, Stephanie.
Thanks, Mark. I'm excited to be here for our opening round of matches. This year we are bigger and better with 16 teams competing for that title.
That's right, Stephanie. Over 15 weeks, we're going to be watching teams from various bowling centers and other groups going head-to-head in single-game elimination rounds until the final two teams square off and a champion is crowned.
And our venue for all this bowling action is right here, historic Thunder Bowl Lanes in Allen Park, in the very same arena where the classic TV show Bowling for Dollars was filmed. We'd like to give them a big thank you for hosting all our first round action. I see the bowlers are warming up behind us, so Mark, why don't you tell us a little about the challenge and what we can expect over the course of this exciting challenge season.
This season is huge, Stephanie. Twice the bowling action as last year. 16 teams competing head-to-head in a Baker format, where each bowler on the team bowls one frame, then the next team member takes the next frame, and so on. After 5 frames, teams swap lanes and continue to finish the match. At the end of the match, our winning team will then move on to the next bracket in the competition and await the winners from the other first-round matches. So we start with 16 teams. After 8 exciting head-to-head first-round matches, those winning 8 teams will bowl against each other and continue till the end of our 15th episode, where we're going to crown that champion.
So a total of 15 highly competitive matches, each brought to you in their entirety. So Mark, let's get the ball rolling and tell us about the 2 teams competing on today's show.
This week's Bowling Showcase Round 1 Challenge features the Battle of Newcomers with a challenge with Super Bowl, squaring off against Airway lanes. Two pretty competitive teams. Should be an entertaining match.
And we have a very special guest to help us bring you all this excitement, our special color analyst, bowling superstar, Team Canada medalist, and Women's Series standout, Robin Olakowski.
So let's get to it. We're going to move into position, get a better view of the action, but we'll be right back with the start of the match after these messages on Bowling Showcase. Owning and operating a bowling center is a unique business, and no one knows it like Sandy Hansel and Associates. We've been buying, selling, and valuing bowling centers for over 30 years. We've sold over 500 centers and valued more than 1,200 centers throughout the United States and Canada. We often assist the purchaser in securing financing, obtaining your liquor license transfer, and avoiding potential pitfalls unique to this business. Trust your next bowling center transaction to Sandy Hansel and Associates, bowling's only full-service broker, appraiser, and financial advisors. Visit us at sandyhansel.com. Okay, here we are in week 4 of our challenge series. I got Robin Olakowski with me again. Robin, thank you for being with us. Really appreciate it.
It's been so much fun doing this. Thanks for having me.
Okay, well, we're only getting into it. Remember, this is 15 weeks long.
Yeah.
This isn't a sprint, this is a marathon.
Right. This is some fun stuff that you guys are doing.
Yeah, well, week 4 here, we've got Super Bowl against Airway Lanes, Super Bowl in Canton, Airway Lanes in Waterford. And our first bowler for Super Bowl is Jane Lipmeyer. Jane, it looks like she probably started bowling once she retired. What a... Left the 1-3 and 8 pins.
A little left, that's okay. It's a very makeable spare, leaving it in the middle of the lane. Yeah, it looks like Jane started bowling when she retired, and so that just shows you how much bowling is a sport for all ages, and you can start at any age.
Yes, you can. You know, while bowlers normally start when they're young, you're absolutely right. Okay, Good cover, Jane. Good cover.
Looks like she was a little worried about it.
Yes, she was. So first up for the Airway Lanes team is Rich McClelland. Guess what? He met his wife at Airway Lanes.
I think it makes for a good marriage when you both enjoy the same things.
Oh, pesky 10-pin.
10-pin wiggles.
That pesky 10-pin.
Looks like he got it just a tad bit to the right, so I think what happened was the ball came in a little bit behind the head pin, and that's why the 10-pin didn't get out.
One of the interesting facts about Rich is he served in the Army from 85 to 88 over in Germany, and he got to drive a Ferrari on the Autobahn at 140 miles an hour.
Wow.
At the no speed limit Autobahn. All right.
Well, we thank him for his service.
Yes, definitely. Okay, next up for Super Bowl is Rick Lappin. He's a millwright. Started bowling at the age of 10. Highest average is 200. Nice shot. Nice shot by Rick.
Nice shot there by Rick, lofting it out, missing the first part of the lane. What that ends up doing sometimes is it conserves the energy in the ball for the back end, and that's why the ball swished out all those pins and got him a strike.
Okay. So next up for the Airway Lanes team is Sam McClellan. Started bowling at the age of 12. Kind of tugged it a little bit. So this must be Rich's wife, right?
Must be.
It is Rich's wife.
They both have the same last name, so we're going to go with it.
That's right. They live in Orion Township, both of them. Bowl at Airway.
She's highly involved in bowling because she's been a secretary and treasurer in many of the leagues that she's participated in. Not an easy job all the time.
Oh, she chopped that 3-pin right off the 6.
All right, up next we've got Bob. He's also retired. Highest average 197.
Bob Lamoureux, he bowls in a league that he's been the secretary treasurer of for 20 years.
Ball was a little light into the pocket, just didn't have enough energy to break up the split there, leaving the 4-5. Ideally, I think this one is very difficult because you have to be so accurate to get it perfectly in between the 4 and the 5. If the 2-pin was there, it would make it much easier to convert.
True. Bob's retired, lives in Canton. Obviously bowls at Super Bowl lanes. Get over there. I got one.
So each team has a split now.
Well, each team has an open frame.
Yes, sorry.
And so Dennis Daly looked like he was trying to get up on the wrong lane. He's a truck driver. Been bowling over 40 years, has won 300 game, loves to scuba dive and loves to go camping with his family.
Well, it's a good thing he bowled on the right lane for himself to give him the strike versus giving it to the other team.
Yeah, because if he'd have bowled on the wrong lane, we'd have had to wipe it out.
Start all over.
Start over again, that's right. So Harold Shanks Sr., born in Cincinnati, lives in Canton. Highest average 219. Nice shot.
That
Nice
was
shot.
the best shot we've seen here. So solid, right in the pocket. No question about it. That was a strike.
So Rob Gibbs has bowled 5 300 games. His dad got him into bowling. Amazing thing about Rob, in the last year he's lost 200 pounds.
Holy cow. Last week we had, I believe his name was David, lost 100 pounds.
Right.
So what's their secret?
Nice shot. Nice shot by Rob. Carl Brubaker is the anchor bowler for the Super Bowl team. Lives in Canton, been bowling since the age of 10. He's a high school coach.
Wow, great shot.
Great shot. The anchor bowler for Airway is Eddie Manning Jr.
He has a high average of 229. Started bowling at age 4.
It's a family game for all these people, you know that?
He's in the double digits there for 300. He has 13 300 games to his name and 4 800 series. A little high there, leaving the baby split,
Right,
the
310 split. Okay, this is a baby split. Ball will fit right between them. I know in my younger years we used to call this a fit split.
Oh, that's a nice name. Something interesting about Eddie here is that he helped save a woman's life one time from choking.
Came out of the back, almost got it. So we finished 5 frames now. Airway Lanes has got 83 in the 5th. Super Bowl's got 48 in the 3rd, working on a double, getting ready for the turn here. Match can go either way.
Yep, neither one is running away with it, so they both have to stay clean, keep the ball in the pocket, leave makeable spares, and it can go either way.
That's right. So we'll be back right after these messages with the second half of our match right here on Bowling Showcase Challenge Edition.
DeCarlo's Banquet Center in Warren is one of the finest full-service catering centers in Southeast Michigan with 7 banquet rooms. It's the perfect place to host your next event. We're known for offering great food and exceptional customer service along with affordable prices. From birthday and graduation parties to weddings, showers, corporate and church events, we provide elegance you can afford and the flexibility to meet all your needs. Our menus start at just $9.75 per person. Call DeCarlo's Banquet Center today to schedule your next special occasion.
Metro Detroit USBC, your source for everything bowling in the bowling capital of the world. We support USBC certified league and tournament competition. We provide 11 tournaments for all members of our association, including men, women, youth, seniors, scratch, and handicap competition. The top reasons for belonging to the Metro Detroit USBC are having your average recognized, bonding of league funds, rules of the game, assistance in resolving league issues, equipment standards of the game, charities, and awards. Visit us at mdusbc.com. Okay, we're back here at Thunderbolt Lanes, week 4 of the Bowling Showcase Challenge Edition. Got a good match going on, Super Bowl and Airway.
Yep, it's anyone's game right now, so the second half of this match here is going to be very important to try to stay clean as much as possible.
Well, looks like Super Bowl's got a substitution coming up here in the 6th frame once they're up, but first up is the Airway team, and Rich McClelland is going to lead off. They're kind of like on the short end of the stick right now, not that far away. Rich threw left a 10 pin the first time up and made it. Got the ball out a little wide right there. Left the 1-2-4. Very makeable spare though.
If I see this correctly, it looks like he is wearing his Army hat while he's bowling with some pins in it, so
yes,
something to be very proud of.
He is.
He's been bowling for 40 years. Got a lot of years under his belt here. See if he can get this. All right. 2 ways to pick up that spare. He went for the more difficult way.
Yes, he did.
But he still got it.
But he still got it, that's right. Okay, we got a substitution now for the Super Bowl team. Jane Lipmeyer bowled back in the first frame, and Kathy Hahn here is bowling. She's got a high game of 298. Average is 197. High average. Well, pretty good. Left the 4-7.
It's hard to come in a substitution situation because you've been sitting for a little while, you get a little cold, but she should be very proud of that shot. Went a little light, left the 4-7 there. She coaches high school bowling. Boys varsity were state champs in 2013.
Okay, very good cover. Very good cover. And next up is Rich's better half, Sam.
Isn't that the way it always goes? The women are always the better half?
They're always the better half, that's right. Make sure my wife hears that. Well, Sam left an easy spare there. Left the 5-pin. I see a few fingers in the air.
So what happens when you have your finger in the air, or when you leave a 5-pin, your teammates will put their finger up, usually their index finger, and
hopefully,
whoever, if you do not pick up your spare, you owe your team a round of drinks.
Well, this is a fairly easy spare. I'm sure Sam will make a real good effort at it.
Oh,
Yep.
see,
she knew it when she let it go. She knew it when she let it go and just turn around.
She knew it.
Might have been more in disgust than anything that she left it, but she at least made it. Next up for Super Bowl is Rick Lappin, millwright, high career average of 200. First time up, he threw a strike. Lofted that ball out there.
Oh, enough
Threw a
to
strike this
carry
time,
it.
too.
All right, he's been perfect through this match.
Here it is, the middle of winter, and he's wearing shorts. There's a lot of people do that.
He
though.
must be hot-blooded.
That's right, must be. So Dennis Daly up for Airway now. Dennis threw a strike the first time up. He's got his wife and his young son here in the audience. Good shot by Dennis. Good shot by Dennis. His young son Devin is a bowler himself, bowls out at Century Bowl. So Bob Lamoureux retired after 36 years with the Federal Reserve Bank. Cash is not his problem.
Oh, carrying's
that
not
strike.
his problem either.
And carrying is not his problem either.
Had some extra help there to take out that 4-pin late.
What do they say? It's not how, it's how many, right?
Exactly. It doesn't tell you how you got that strike. It just shows that there's an X up there.
That's true. So Rob Gibbs would like to recognize both Howie Garenrich and Art Pearson at Airway. They've been his best coach over the years. Oh.
Oh no, just a little high there, leaving a pretty difficult
4-6-7 split. You know, Art Pearson passed away a couple of years ago, and he was a legend at Airway Lanes, and I'm sure everybody at Airway Lanes remembers Art fondly. He was quite a jokester, quite a good bowler in his own right too. But Rob credits him with helping him be the bowler he is today. 2 pins.
Yeah, us as bowlers, we always have those people who really influence our lives and when it comes to our sport, so it's nice to recognize them.
Airway team's now got 150 in the 9th frame. Super Bowl's got 116 in the 6th, working on a double. Harold Shanks now up in the 9th frame. Harold Shanks Sr.
He had a beautiful strike in the first
He did.
half of the game there.
Oh my goodness.
Ouch.
The dreaded pocket 710.
Yeah, that ball, it looked really good. I think it lost a little bit of energy going down the lane there. It was a little light in the pocket too, and then it just wasn't enough to carry either one of the corner pins to help him out just a tad bit.
Yep, that's a shame. That seems like it's a common split these days. For some reason, the pocket 710.
Maybe the technology of the bowling balls and the type of oil that's being used.
Could be.
Could have some factors in there.
Okay, the only chance that Airway has now, they got 150 in the ninth. Super Bowl's got 172. Eddie Manning's got to strike out here. If he strikes out, he at least puts a little bit of pressure. We saw what happened a couple weeks ago with the Ansara Shank team, where they only needed to fill the frame or get a good count, and Eric Ewald got 5 on that, and they just barely won. So got to put the pressure on them, like the Score Lanes team. It's the first one, like the Score Lanes team did back in week 2.
And how you start is by getting that first strike there. So
That's right.
Looks like he's pretty lined up.
And what you're saying, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So this will be a pivotal shot here. That's right.
For Airway Lanes. At the age of 8, Eddie won the 10-year-old division for states. Wow, got out that 5-pin a little late there.
That's right.
But it carried, and that was great. So one more to fill it up and put the pressure on.
That's right. So a strike here will give them 180, pretty respectable with a couple splits they had, and it will force the Super Bowl team to get at least 9 pins to win the game. And anything can happen. We saw that 710 pop up in the ninth frame there.
And we saw the week before where Erica left a 5 count.
Yes.
So pressure's on. All right, just
Good
enough to
finish by
get that
Airway.
7.
180. Carl Brubaker needs 9 pins. That's all. Just 9 pins. Easy, right?
He can do it.
Just easy, right?
It sounds so easy.
It sounds so easy, that's right.
I don't know if it's that easy when your hand's shaking.
When everything's on the line, and even though in this event there's no money involved, there's a lot of pride. There's a lot of pride.
You want to do your teammates well.
Absolutely.
Hopefully throw the best shot you can.
Well, that wraps up the match.
There you go.
Another match going down to the 10th frame. That's good. That's good. We like that.
I love to see it. I don't want to see one team run away with it. I want to see good competition back and forth.
That's right. So Carl's got the first one there in the 10th. 172 in the 9th for Super Bowl. Airway's already finished out with 180.
And another person here giving back to bowling, Carl is a high school bowling coach, so we appreciate that.
9 again, left the 10 pin.
Messenger wasn't there back enough to take out that 10, but that's okay because they already have the match wrapped up.
So Carl's going to look for his spare ball now. And he went over a couple lanes over to pick it up. He's back, going to pick up that, make a good shot at that 10 pin with a ball that doesn't hook.
I would highly recommend using a spare ball for single pin spares.
So the results of this match, Super Bowl, got out quick, stayed out, really close at the end, but 192 to 180 over the Airway Lanes team.
Yep, that was a great match. I mean, again, it comes down to the end.
That's
it
right.
was, I think, the foundation frame for Super Bowl that
almost did him in.
It almost did.
Almost did him in with that 7-10 split by Harold Shanks. But they came through and won. Eddie Manning put the pressure on him by striking out in the 10th, for Airway, which was great.
And that's what you want to see from an anchor bowler.
That's right. Even though they knew they were probably out of it, they didn't quit.
Right. You
And
can never give up.
That's the important thing. So we'll be right back after these messages, and Stephanie, she'll interview the winning team, the Super Bowl team, as we move on in the challenge. The Michigan State USBC Women's Bowling Association provides recognition and tournament competition to all levels of women bowlers. Competition include Women's State Tournament, this year in Bay City, State Queens in Holly, and the Midwestern Women's Tournament in Dayton, Ohio. Recognition includes first-time 300 game and first-time 600, 700, and 800 series. Visit MichiganWBA.com for entries for these tournaments and more information on women's bowling. The Bowling Centers Association of Michigan is a nonprofit trade organization that protects, promotes, and advances the interest of its members and member centers. It is the only association in Michigan affiliated with the Bowling Proprietors Association of America. Benefits include group purchasing programs, tournaments, annual convention and trade show, education seminars, and legislative representation. Interested in becoming a member? Contact Bo Gergen at 989-600-0992 or visit mibowl.com.
Congratulations to Super Bowl Lanes from their 192 game against Airway Lanes with their 180 game. Now it all came down to the last frame. What were you guys thinking to win the match?
We had no doubt Carl would come through for us.
Right.
So we had all the confidence in the world that coming down to that last shot, he'd pull it out.
Well, you guys had a couple tough splits I saw. Was there like a little pep talk or something to get over those little bumps?
Oh, I don't know. You got to ask the bowlers. I was in the background on that one, so.
Just make a good shot. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Well, you guys both great. Congratulations. Back to you, Mark.
Okay, so this match, week 4 of the challenge, Super Bowl came out.
Yeah.
They did it.
They emerged the champs. It's each week has been exciting matches, and again, we had another great match here.
Another great match. Well, next week, we're going to have the runner-up from last year's challenge, Mayflower Lanes, bowling against a team of MD USBC lifetime members. Ought to be real interesting. So we'll see.
I can't wait.
That's right. So we'll see you next week on Bowling Showcase Challenge Edition.